What up, y'all? It's me again, Marquez boy, and I've been all away. No, not really. Nope, not really. It's not Halloween yet. And guess what? Glitch and Goosebumps have finally put on episode 3 of the amazing digital circus, and it's here. Now, in episode 3 that I watched is crazy. And when I'm trying to make the video when I watch the episode, the file was not found. So I have no choice but to watch one of their videos instead. Sorry. But let's just sit back, relax, and take a look at what they had to say. Let me see here.
Glitch has just finally released the third episode of the amazing digital circus. We learned so many new plot secrets. Kinger isn't actually crazy. He loses his memory all the time, but he can remember everything in the dark. It turns out that abstracted characters can regain their sanity for short periods of time. We are shown Kinger's wife, Queenie. We now know a lot of new details about her. We also got confirmation that Kinger and all the other main characters work at C&A in real life. Meanwhile, Kane was trying to find out more about Zubul, but we ended up learning something completely new about Kane's mind and his problems. The new episode begins with the main characters helping Pomni practice holding his breath. Although no one in the digital circus is in danger of dying from lack of oxygen, Pomni can't hold her breath for long. She's convinced she'll die anyway if she doesn't breathe. Next, we see that while Pomni is holding her breath, her face begins to change color. Pomni's face turns all the colors of the rainbow one by one. The characters tell us that a unique effect happens to everyone when they hold their breath. Kinger begins to glow brightly, Ragatha's hair stands up, Gangle's mask begins to twist, and Zubul's limbs straighten. What remains a mystery is what happens to Jax while he's holding his breath. He doesn't want to show his effect to anyone. Kane then appears and suggests that all the characters go on a new adventure at Mildenhall Manor. Kane tasks the characters with solving the mystery of the mansion and catching as many ghosts as they can with the vacuum cleaners. However, Zubul abruptly disappears when Kane starts talking about the new adventure. Kane is greatly disturbed, as he has created an adult adventure specifically for Zubul. Kane sends all the other main characters on the adventure through a portal he called a fractal noise, while he himself decided to find Zubul and talk to her. When the heroes made their way inside Osabonjag, a scary green ghoul appeared in front of them. Pomni was so badly frightened that her eyes fell out of her orbits, and she didn't manage to put them back in for quite some time. But the ghoul turns out to be a cute ghost named Ghostly. He says that he will be the hero's guide on this adventure. Ghostly tells them that the characters need to choose a door in order to move on. Ghostly says that the left door is a regular door. Kane adds that this door is for all ages. Ghostly calls the right door a very scary door. Kane says it is adult and is only meant for Zubul. Jax then catches Ghostly in his vacuum cleaner and decides to check the doors. He takes Gangle's joy mask and tosses it towards the normal door. In the same second, the door turns into a huge mouth and swallows the joy mask. Gangle gets upset and Kinger decides to get the joy mask for Gangle. He jumps right into the mouth and drags Pomni with him because he didn't let go of her eyes. The door swallows them and disappears, closing the passage for the rest of the characters. Kinger and Pomni find themselves in a dark room with those distorted heads of the main characters we saw in the teasers. And there's a huge monster head hanging over the fireplace. Kinger turns on the cassette player. The man on the tape turns out to be the owner of this house, Baron Theodore Mildenhall. He tells of hunting being his passion. He has been hunting a strange creature that is neither man nor beast. Pomni and Kinger try to find a way out of this place. On another tape, Baron Theodore Mildenhall tells them that the monster's head must not be out of sight or it will come to life. When Pomni and Kinger turn around, the monster's head disappears. The lights go out and the monster is right behind them. It looks a lot like Ambush from Roblox Doors.
Oh yeah, it really does look like Ambush. Speaking of Ambush though, haven't y'all ever heard of Doors 2 by the way? You know, floor 2 on Roblox. And I did not even make that video for y'all because it's a hard one. But let's not talk about Doors though. Let's talk about episode 3 instead. Let's see.
Pomni and Kinger escape him in the elevator, but the elevator takes them to the wrong place. They end up in a dark basement.
What
a
the?
monster attacks them.
Ah man, my light is out. Great. Then I guess I had to get rid of my face cam since y'all did not see my face. Great. Okay.
But Kinger shoots him with a shotgun. The whole thing turns out to be a trap set by Baron Mildenhall. He drags them even lower. Pomni tries to pass on, but the ghost takes over her body. Kinger beats Pomni to kick Baron Mildenhall out of her body. Before leaving, Baron Mildenhall mentions Kinger's wife. A conversation begins between Pomni and Kinger.
Oh.
We learn that Kinger isn't really crazy. He just can't control his memory. This all started after an incident where his wife Queenie abstracted herself. Kinger was alone with her in complete darkness. The darkness calmed Queenie down and gave her her sanity back. It turns out the abstracted are not completely doomed. She took her form and let Kinger touch her one last time before Kane sent her to the basement. Since then, Kinger has forgotten everything, but his memory comes back to him in the dark. She reminds him of that incident.
Oh.
He finds common ground with Pomni and realizes he needs to walk through the room holding his breath. Then the ghost won't be able to enter them. They get out of the trap. Kinger forgets everything, but promises that everything will be okay as long as Pomni keeps those warm memories. But what new things did we learn about Zubul and Kane? First of all, unfortunately, Zubul was not involved in Kane's new adventure. And now, we finally have answers to our questions about why Zubul isn't participating after all. Kane has constantly talked about Zubul not wanting to participate in the adventures due to them being frivolous to her. That's why in the new third episode, Kane made a separate door for Zubul so that the adventure would finally appeal to her. But the real reason why Zubul doesn't want to be part of the adventure is because of herself.
Oh.
As she said in episode 3, that she herself doesn't know what she likes. And she doesn't even like herself. Because of this, Kane introduced us to a new set of parts for Zubul. As we can see, there are quite a few different body parts, but as Zubul herself said, she doesn't know what she likes and tried to apply most of the parts. Perhaps in future episodes, Zubul will be able to find something she likes.
Mm-hmm.
It was originally planned that the third episode would focus on Zubul, and it essentially does. We got quite a few moments with Zubul, as well as getting to know her inner world. We were also told that the third episode would focus on Kinger as well, which pretty much came true as well. And if you noticed, we got far fewer moments with Jax in this episode, and he was clearly not happy with the adventure. Perhaps he's starting to be put on the path of correction. The intervening moment was that we weren't shown exactly how and why Jax.
Thanks to TikTok Shop, I got this body glaze from them and it's amazing.
Y'all
Get
not
yours
seeing
in
that.
TikTok Shop today.
Oh. Y'all not seeing that crap.
Was tied up.
Okay.
In fact, he was tied up for more than half the adventure. But judging from the leaks we found earlier, the episode that will focus on Jax is the 6th. If we go back to Zubul, it's possible Glitch will dedicate one of the final episodes to her. And as we know, just like that episode 7 and 8 are not about any character at this point. And we also know from the leaks that episode 4 will focus on Gangle, and episode 5 will focus on Regatha. I don't think we got all the information about Zubul, because her dialogue with Kane is interrupted when Kane realizes that they need to bring the characters back from the adventure.
Oh.
Perhaps their further dialogue is off screen and won't be shown again, but what's really galling is Kane himself. Thanks to episode 3, we learned that Kane is not only in charge of the circus, but is also sort of the processor of the entire world of the amazing digital circus.
Oh.
And in the moment when Zubul tried to remind Kane why she didn't want to be part of the adventure, there was no way Kane could remember that, which caused the glitch in the entire digital circus. So basically, Kane could be a threat to the entire world in the digital circus, and I have an interesting theory. I think Kane is clearly going to be contemplating a new adventure, and in any case, he'll be thinking about Zubul as well. Is that what could happen to the digital circus world if Kane can't think of anything? After all, in fact, his main task is to create new adventures that will suit all the characters. Also, we shouldn't forget about the location itself. In the trailer for All Digital Circus, we were shown a stadium that was unfinished. And as such, we now have little to no information on where the 4th episode of Circus will take place. We know that there will be a stadium of some sort, and there will also be Jax in a new outfit. And that's basically all we know. We're probably going to get more teasers for episode 4 than we got for episode 3, because they were pretty scarce.
Oh.
I think that's just because we got a lot of teasers for episode 2. Well, we also know that there's a 90% chance that the locations in the adventure won't be repeated. Because as we Pomni remember, the action in episode 2 was essentially left unfinished. And in episode 3, there was already a new location. What do you think about my theories? Will we be shown Kinger's wife in the future? Give this video a like and subscribe.
Okay then. I guess we'll stick to that later. Oh, and before we end this video, I want to show y'all real quick. Now, Rocket Music has sent this song about episode 3 right here. My favorite artist right here. So let me see what the song is before we end it. Oh, what's it?
At least once a week, coming inside, I must be diseased. Who's laughing at that when my heart is attacked?
Oh.
Raise a dad going fools on beat. Am I losing my mind or am I losing my soul? Is my blood getting thin cause my body's cold? I live the nightmare. You can't hide while I find you out. Try it on the wild side. These nightmares gonna bring you down. Ghosts can be so cynical. Hold on when life gets digital. Voices in the wires cold. Trapped inside the firewall. A song goes when the circuits burn. I've been searching but it's no return. Ghosts can be so cynical. Hold on when life gets digital.
Okay then. I'll stick to that song later. But I had to get back to watch TV now. Anyways, thanks for watching. Remember, subscribe to my channel and hit the like button if you guys like it or not. And also, the Amazing Digital Circus might come on to Netflix. Yeah, because I heard that they would put the Amazing Digital Circus on Netflix. So that's what I want to see on that point. Okay then, okay. Now, okay. Now, thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next video. See ya!